Hello, everyone, and welcome to MediaMelt, the show where we talk about the media that is supposed to melt our minds, or in the very least, tries to. I am, of course, your host, Dylan Strickland, and today, let's talk about Clone Wars season. Oh, the Bad Batch. I see what there. Yeah. The Bad Batch. Joining me once again is Kirby Chalesky. How are you doing, man?
I feel like I'm always here. I don't think I've ever left.
Okay. And the voice actor for Kratos' stronger and bigger cousin, Gabe Anderson. How are you doing, Gabe?
Hello.
Just gonna give you guys.
I'm doing great, bro.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Oh, totally yeah. How dare you interrupt
Rude.
me?
We're not.
Leave it in.
I'm leaving it in.
Leave it in.
Just gonna give you guys a breakdown of how the show is gonna be. We're gonna briefly talk about the Clone Wars. Just give you a preface of like what we thought about the original. I mean, this is a spinoff show, so the original show, and then we are going and I also want to remind you guys that we are now on almost all streaming platforms for just listening, just the audio only version of this show. I know it's hard to be in front of the computer or on YouTube and watching the show and listening to it because one, it drains your battery, and two, like we're not that interesting to look at. Even though I pride myself on my looks, Kirby's a fucking.
I mean, if I were to show my face, you get more viewership.
I feel like you would have a lot more views if you closed off your camera, Dylan. That's all I'm saying.
And opened up Gabe's. And open up Gabe's.
And open up Gabe.
Yeah.
Needless to say, we are streaming audio only now, so you can check it out on Spotify, you can check it out on Apple iTunes, you can check it out on basically your podcast listening app of choice. And don't forget that if you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe. But let's start off first with Kirby. What are your thoughts on the Clone Wars?
It's been so long since I've watched it. From like my original thought, like the first couple of seasons were kind of like kiddish, right? Because I mean, it was originally released on Cartoon Network, and I remember growing up and almost watching it week to week on Cartoon Network when it was coming out. And that, like the first, I want to say 2 or 3 seasons, it was very kid based, and then they realized, oh hey, it's not just like 10-year-olds watching this, it's like it's us lonely
sweaties. Yeah
Exactly. Or us neckbeards.
Yes. People that watch it as well, and so they decided to put more into the story and everything, and so like the later seasons pick up on the story a lot more and a lot better than the first couple seasons, and the 7th season I want to say is the better one, just because I mean it's they knew they knew what they were doing by that time, and they knew what exactly to do and who to market and how to market the show for them.
Plus Daddy Disney threw all that money at them.
Oh yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Such beautiful animation, dude.
Oh yeah, and the Clone Wars, it's very unique with its animation. There's nothing else that's like it, and I really like its animation style. But besides the movie, the series is great.
So overall, you like it, but you think rough start?
Yeah, rough start, but especially with that freaking theatrically released movie.
Terrible.
Of the Clone
Jabba the Hutt procreated, bro. Just remember that. Remember that Jabba the Hutt procreated. It had a child.
I just want to know how, because he's a snail, right?
He's a slug. Slug man. No shell.
Okay.
It might be like snakes, where they kind of like wrap their tails around each other and just like.
Is that how they do that? Is that how they do that?
They like
the Hutts are like really powerful warriors or whatever the fuck.
Wraps itself around and then they just kind of go back.
What do you know? Biology lesson happening.
Yeah.
Here. Okay.
What about you, Gabe? What do you think of the Clone Wars?
I'm in the same boat as Kirby. I like this movie. This show. Jesus Christ! This show was very important to me. I remember DVRing it because my sister had a volleyball game. Like the very first episode, the episode with Yoda and like the 3 clones, and they fight like a drone battalion or a droid battalion.
Yeah.
And like Ventress is there. It's on Toydaria or a moon around there. This is how fucking insane this show is to me. I DVR'd it because my sister had a volleyball game that we had to go to. I got home, snuck out of my room into the living room to watch this show on like low volume. Like that was the first time I've ever done anything like that. And like this show just grew up with me, right?
Yeah.
As I like matured, like the show matured, like Darth Maul started getting introduced, and then all of a sudden, like Darth Maul, like all of a sudden has like a brother, right? And like all these different Ahsoka and how she grows up and eventually differs from the Jedi Order, and then finally season 7, which is just a masterpiece. It was slow at first. I didn't really like, the Bad Batch episode scared me. I didn't like that part of it, and I know this is going to lead into it, but like that is still very cheesy to me compared to the rest of the very dark tone of the majority of the Clone Wars, right? Mm-hmm. I thought it was very interesting to me to see like a cartoon and animated series that dark at points.
I think I agree with both of y'all, but I think I would go even further. I think this show is really not stellar for like the first 3 or 4 seasons.
Oh, fuck no. Hell no.
And then once Darth Maul's introduced, this show gets like so much. See, I think seasons 1 through like 4 are really just like interesting for like lore purposes, but they're not really like good television. And then I think once we hit season 4, the show like hits its like you start getting like the Umbara arc where it's like Anakin's the chosen one, and it's like the like that shit's awesome. And then the Darth Maul shit where even like Obi-Wan is taking on both Savage and Darth Maul with 2 lightsabers at the same time because he's god.
No, the Umbara arc is the one with the Jedi that has the 4 arms and he hates clones.
That one's
and
awesome
like he
too.
pits the clones.
Udapau.
That's an amazing arc. That 3-episode arc. Or even like Obi-Wan, whenever he turns into he fakes his death, and then he becomes a bounty hunter, and he works with Pad Bane. Guys, such a good arc, dude. Yeah. It's such a good series.
See, but none of those arcs happen to like the later season, or like even like Yoda discovering Dagobah for the first time.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome to me. I don't know what it is about that. Something is like I'm like my nerd just gets so happy when I think about like.
And they get like Liam Neeson to come back as a Force ghost.
Yeah, like what the fuck? And then like the first 2 quarters of season 7 are ass. I don't like I didn't really like the sisters arc. I thought it was kind of It was the only time in season 7 where I watched an episode and I was like, nothing happened in this episode. Like there's one where Ahsoka starts out imprisoned and then ends imprisoned, and like it wasn't enough like for me to care about the sisters arc for me to be like, oh, this is totally justified in being here. I was just like, it just felt like a filler episode in the middle of the last season of Clone Wars, and I was like, do I really want that? But then the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars are like a masterpiece. Like
dude,
fucking awesome.
Like because like the Ahsoka and Darth Maul, they're the pieces that are left outside of the Borg. They no longer matter, and it's just so interesting to see them 2 interact.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way in hell. I mean, I know she did it, so I'm like arguing against canon, but I'm just saying, I think Darth Maul takes Ahsoka any day of the week. Like I know a lot of people.
Dude, he's an assassin. He is an assassin.
I agree.
When I was watching it, I was like, I don't know how she beat him. Like, I mean, I guess there's the thing where he kind of wants her on his side, so maybe. But I was like, it's I don't know. I was like, really? I don't know. The
only reason why Obi-Wan ever defeated him is because he's the best defensive Jedi.
Obi-Wan's the GOAT. Like, he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
so.
but no, like but yeah, no, like he's the best like defensive duelist Jedi or whatever.
Until Luke comes around.
Anyway.
Yeah. But
since we're on the Clone Wars topic, did y'all have like a favorite moment from all the seasons?
Easily.
Like a top moment?
Easily for me.
Dude, easily. Yes.
Easily for me. When in what is it? When in season, I think I can't remember if I think it is the last or the third to last episode of season 7, when Darth Maul has his hallway scene.
Okay.
And it's just like straight up chopping off clones' heads.
Yes.
The whole like the clones are finally turning on Ahsoka. Like that hallway scene is brilliant. And when he's just in the like Star Destroyer and he's just bringing down like the entire
the engines.
And like The animation perfect, force use perfect, like everything about that is just bam, 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 perfect, perfect, perfect. And and that's probably tied with Obi-Wan losing Satine, because when Obi-Wan lost Satine,
that's my favorite episode is the Fall of Mandalore or whatever it's called, and the scene where Obi-Wan's there and just trying to get Satine out and all that, and then the one scene where he's got the jetpack on or whatever, and he's got the lightsaber in his hand, and then the doors open and you just see blast coming in from everywhere, everything's on fire. Best cinematic shot of the entire fucking series.
All the best parts for me of Clone Wars are either involved with Mandalore or involved with Darth Maul.
That's a fair statement.
I'm gonna throw out a little curveball here. So mine's actually from season 3. It's my favorite episode, and it sucks because I only love half of the episode. The other half can suck a bag of dicks.
Jesus.
All right. Okay. It's season 3, episode 3. It is called Supply Lines. Right. The whole episode. So the main part of the episode is Jar Jar trying to convince the Toydarians to use their moon as a base. Say this shit. But dude, the other half is fucking this Jedi Master. I always forget his name, and his clone battalion. Right? They're really a squad helping these Toydarians, or not Toydarians, the people of Ryloth through this canyon, trying to get them to the supply area so that way they can like resupply and like defend themselves. And there's like a bunch of droids falling behind them, and like it has the best hold the line sequence ever, where it's just the clones and this one Jedi holding off, like they're just in this like little line holding off tanks and super battle droids and droided cars, and it's so badass. Oh my god, I get chills every time I watch it, because the way it ends is the clone commander who got his helmet blown off, and the Jedi who got shot previous, and they're just like back to back, like fighting off all these droids that are just slowly surrounding them, and like it ends with like the Jedi falling, right? And then his comm link goes off saying, "Hey, the supply lines the supply drops inbound." And he looks up, and like the escape pods full of supplies hit the ground, and like the Rylothians are like grabbing all of it. Dude, it's such a good sequence. I don't know why. That's like the one that I just love the most out of Clone Wars. It is beautiful. Yes, that for me, I don't know why, but it's just beautiful. I love a hold the line sequence, you know, where it's like it doesn't matter what happens, we just need to slow them down as long as possible.
You know what I take it back, Gabe. You've convinced me, and you reminded me that none of what I said before means dog shit, because my dog shit. None of what I said before means dog shit, because I forgot. The best arc or the best part of Clone Wars has to be when we find out Jar Jar Binks has a girlfriend.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah! Oh my god! I forgot Jar Jar. Like they had a whole Gungan arc where like there was a fucking shot. Oh my god! Why did you remind me of this?
I've seen some bad TV in my time, but damn.
You know, come on. As far as Jar Jar goes, that was pretty bearable. Like that arc.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And they even give a nod to the Darth Jar Jar, and they put the cloak.
God, I hate all that. I hated it.
But let's get into let's go ahead and get into the Bad Batch. Gabe, what are your thoughts on the progression of the story? Basically, the story throughout Bad Batch. What do you think about the story of season 1, at least?
The story of season 1, I felt like it was amazing. 6-7 episodes with a bunch of filler. Mm-hmm. If they would have condensed it down to 10, maybe 8 episodes, perfect. Mwah, masterpiece.
Yeah.
But it's just the extra bit where they're being mercenaries. That's like, it's fun. It's kooky, you know, they're having fun. You can see them growing as characters overall, but overall, like they could have cut some of it down.
Yeah.
I
kind of agree with you, because I feel like it's like, so the scenes, a lot of the bonding we get, I feel like happened like in the first 3 episodes. So it's like we're getting more bonding, but we kind of already had that bonding. So is that kind of what you're talking about with like filler?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how many episodes are we going to talk about the inhibitor chips and not do anything about it?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That
There's some episodes where they literally explicit, like Tech, right? He says, "Oh yeah, I'm working on this device to narrow down where inhibitor chips are." It doesn't get brought up until like four episodes later again.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
4 episodes. Because I think he talks about it in episode like 3, and then and then it comes back up again in like episode 8.
Yeah, when
where like they get like the surgery. Yeah. Whenever they get surgery done.
Yeah. What about you, Kirby? What are your thoughts on this story?
I kind of agree with Gabe. Like the first episode, that first, like, what was it, like an hour 30-minute episode? I didn't expect it to be that long, but 2, that was a hell of an episode.
Dude, the animation.
Oh yeah, animation's top tier.
Mm-hmm.
But the entire first episode, there was not a single downbeat. Like I can't think of a single bad moment in that first episode, and that's kind of what I was expecting for the rest of the season, right? But then, like the first two or three episodes afterwards was fine, and then once they started to get into that mercenary, all right, working for what's her name, and all that was a bit wasteful to me.
Sid? Yeah,
Sid, working for Sid was a bit wasteful. I mean, the only thing that I liked about it was when they went to Ryloth and found what's her name, and
Hera.
Yes.
Hera. I thought
Hera.
that was pretty. Hera. But
I think the Sid thing should have been 2 episodes max. And continue what you're saying.
I like Sid. I like having her around, but I agree.
Like there was an entire episode where they were helping Sid out, like get her business back or whatever.
See, I like that one though, but I feel like that could have been. I didn't like it. It could have been a season 2 thing though. I feel like that would have been a better season 2 episode. You know, we're a little bit more invested.
Oh, you're talking about the one where they had to go kind of like in that mine shaft and they were in the cart or whatever.
That was.
Yeah,
I didn't need it.
With the Pipe clan.
Yeah, that episode does not change anything in the story. If you skip that episode, you'd miss nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with this is like, listen, I feel like a lot of what they spend maybe 3 or 4 episodes on could definitely just be 1 or 2. Like the Sid stuff, I was like, okay, this is fine. And like at first I was like, oh, it's gonna be kind of interesting to see how they're being challenged in this world, like where they used to follow these laws, they're now no longer following any laws because they're mercenaries, right? Like that's semi-interesting, but that's only interesting for a little bit. I felt like that dragged on quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I actually disagree with both of you guys. I think I didn't really like the Hera Syndulla stuff.
No?
In fact, yeah, because it felt like the show about the Bad Batch kind of became derailed and kind of became a show about the Hera Syndulla and them. Like,
yeah, it was like, hey, here's a prequel Rebels.
Yeah, exactly. It was like majority of the episode with Hera was spent on Hera, and I was like, this is the Bad Batch. We're not watching.
So you think it would have been better if they would have pulled it off like they did in season 1, where they showed what's his name, the youngling that just, oh yeah, we know who he is. He's from the Jedi that trained
Cade, right?
Yeah, Cade.
Kanan.
When you see Kanan for like half the episode of the first one,
yeah,
and like the last thing that you know of him is he runs away. That's it.
Yeah, except actually, I do have a grievance with that too. It's my only issue with the first episode. It directly breaks canon. And like, I don't know, it kind of bothered me. Like Kanan has a comic book where we see what happens to him during Order 66. It contradicts. I mean, they're on the same planet. It's the same gist. Like the master dies, but Kanan gets like a holocron, and like it was a whole thing. And I was like, it kind of bothered me because I was like, okay, at the time I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe there's a story purpose. Maybe Kanan. They did that with Kanan because they want to use him later on in the season or something like that. And they're like, okay, we need to set him up in Bad Batch. But they didn't do that. They did that just to throw Kanan in there. They didn't, like, they could have just kept it the same as it is in the comic book. I was like, there's no reason to break Kanan just for the story.
In Rebels, the like first or second season, I watched that recently before I watched Bad Batch. And
I hadn't finished Rebels or even watched it really.
Okay, I mean, this is like a minor that won't even spoil anything.
Yeah.
It's a part in the show. He says, "Yeah, all right, yeah." The last thing that the last moment I had with my master was she told me to run. Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me, told me to run, and I did. So I think if you base it off of that and not the comic book, it doesn't break canon.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, is that comic book is canon. So the way Star Wars canon works now is
You have legends.
Is movies are first. So if the movies say it, it's true. And then you got TV shows right underneath. That's second tier canon, right? And then books and comics. Yeah. So if the show does something that breaks canon or with a book or a comic, that book or comic is no longer canon.
Okay, so that
There's
comic
now
book
legends.
is moot now.
Yeah, but that
No, it's
sucks
legends.
for me. But that sucks for me because I spent money on that comic book only reading
Okay.
it because it was canon.
Okay.
So now that entire issue, I'm just like, well, why the fuck did I even? You wasted my money because I was buying.
Because you're a consumerist pig. That's why.
Yeah, not fuck.
Communist.
You commie pig. No, I said consumerist.
I know,
Yeah.
but Kirby almost called me communist.
I did.
Yeah, you communist. How dare you buy your individual property, you communist?
I meant to say capitalist, not communist.
It just bothered me.
Yeah, exactly.
I spent my money thinking this was canon, and then you broke canon for literally no reason.
Well,
Like,
hindsight 2020.
It didn't add to the story though. Like they broke canon and it didn't add.
No.
Anything. Which like with Ahsoka,
It was literally just for S's and G's.
Yeah. Like with Ahsoka's blue lightsabers, her lightsabers are green in the book. But if you watch the show, you'll be like, oh, they needed to make it blue to have that poignant moment at the end of the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. That one just felt to me like, okay, you're doing it for the sake of doing it. And that kind of bothered me. But I mean, other than that, the episode was fucking awesome. It sets a fantastic tone. And then I think this tone carries throughout the entire season. Like the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, that tone is what I wanted from this show.
Yes.
And they deliver on it, I think. Like
yes.
much more grounded. A lot of the shots are with the Bad Batch. You're not like floating above them, and it's not like a kind of goofy nature, except sometimes with Wrecker, but even Wrecker feels more grounded than he did in his 4 episode arc.
Dude, can I just say that we're talking about finale, right? Right now?
Yeah, anything.
Okay. What a good fucking idea to set up the finale being them against nature and not them against like another force, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like them against the Empire. Yeah. Holy shit. What a good idea.
That was good. It was good.
And
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you.
Some of the shots, no, but you're right. You're so right. Some of the shots in episode 16 are jaw-dropping.
Oh yeah.
Yes. My God, beautiful.
When we get to like the favorites and all that, like that episode has one of my favorites.
Don't spoil it.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. A little tease, little hint there, little tease.
Listen. I think that this show excels in a lot of places. I think it excels in making me like the Bad Batch a little bit more than I ever thought I would. I think it excels in animation. I think it's breathtaking. Like some of the shots are just absolutely breathtaking. I can't remember what the planet that shows up in Jedi Fallen Order, the scavenger planet, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
With all the ships, with all the crash ships.
Yeah. Where Crosshair pins him in.
Yeah, and then he gets burned.
Yeah.
That arc, those 3 episodes,
I think that's what removed his inhibitor.
Fantastic. The Rex thing, and then them going there and meeting Rex, fucking fantastic. There are like 3 episodes. It's like you do 3 good episodes, and then you have like 1 or 2 that I didn't really care for, and then you do like
exactly. They have like 8, 9 really really solid episodes.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I kind of like where the potential is. Kirby, did you like season 1?
Yeah, I mean, like overall, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have the same beef with us, where it's like there's a lot of fat.
Well, I think that like the base problem is y'all are more of Star Wars enthusiasts than I am.
Oh, you're not a Star Wars guy?
No, I mean I am just I'm more of a Marvel dude. Like Star Wars, it's like Marvel, Star Wars, DC. It's like right there. It's
DC for me. It's Star Wars, Marvel, DC. all the way down at the bottom.
Well,
DC.
Well, beggars can't be choosers here.
Unless
so.
it's comics, and if it's comics, it's DC, then Marvel.
Well,
then
no,
Star Wars.
that's kind of what I was going off of for DC because I mean,
Yeah.
what else? What else does DC have?
I like what I'd like.
It's animated TV shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, so I am a fan of Star Wars, right? Like I know I'm gonna get backlash on this. My favorite Star Wars movie is
I'm
like
pretty
Force
sure the
Awakens.
two people who see
Kill
it won't
yourself,
care.
please, for the love of God.
Yeah, no, favorite Star Wars movie is Force Awakens. First one I've ever seen in theaters, so you can't blame that one on me.
It's okay. A close second
I
of
get
mine.
that.
Close second of mine is Last Jedi.
Is Rogue One your favorite?
Dude, Rogue One's a good one.
Is Rogue
I
One
gotta
your favorite,
say,
Dylan?
Rogue One is really good.
Last Jedi is close second. Empire is my favorite.
Okay.
Hell
fair
yeah.
enough, fair enough.
Empire. Fuck, I get
Everybody
behind
says
that,
Revenge of the Sith is up there, but I think it's like maybe a 7 out of 10. It's like a good movie,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece.
I think Revenge of the Sith is definitely the best out of the prequels, for sure.
that's not even a
Oh,
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Like,
but anyways, getting back to it.
Pissing off the largest fan base in all in the world. Kirby Gillespie,
No,
you
I-
motherfucker! How could you say
fuckers.
The Force Awakens is your favorite?
bro, this is gonna be our most watched episode.
God,
just telling you
no.
right now.
No.
So just to clue everyone in, Gabe Anderson looks like Neo.
no,
from the
don't
Matrix.
give him hints. Don't give him hints. Just to clue everyone.
All right, that's it. I'm deleting my Instagram. Thank you, Kirby.
just to clue everybody in, Gabe Anderson looks like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Hell yes, that is
Big
exactly what I look like.
and.
That is not white.
Where you going with that, Kirby?
I don't
Where
know.
you
I don't
going
know.
with that?
Nothing. But he talks with the lisps. That's where I was going with that. He talks with the lisps.
Continue,
Kiff.
Kirby. Continue what you're saying.
Finally.
What the fuck was I talking about?
You were talking about how you like Marvel more than Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean that. But like before that, I don't really know what I was talking about.
Anyway.
Well, let's just
Yeah,
move on. Let's just move on.
yeah.
Okay. So we all like the story, but we think it has definite flaws. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How do you guys feel about each member of the Bad Batch? I'll start with you, Gabe.
Ooh. Okay. I think that Tech and Echo are definitely on the back burner. I think that they have their moments. Echo definitely is. He's their soldier, right? He's the soldier he's the all-arounder. He can kind of fill any role he really needs to. Plus, he has a cool, like, little robot thing. Tech, obvious brains. I found them to be kind of dull for the majority of it, but he has some profound moments, like season finale, right? Whenever he said, like, oh, like, this is what whenever Wrecker and Crosshair
fighting, yeah, and he's like, it's
they're
not
fighting,
Crosshair's
and he's
fault.
like, it's not Crosshair's fault, it's his nature. It was like, thank you, Tech. I was like, no, just because I understand you doesn't mean I agree with you. Like, I thought that was really cool. Hunter, I think, is like a really cool leader. He's very accurate.
It's Rambo.
Yeah, he's Rambo, exactly. Crosshair, dude. Wrecker. I love Wrecker. Such a sweetheart. Like, he's obviously like I'm not sure if you'll notice this, but multiple times, like, they did such good job showing how each character interacts. Whenever Wrecker's thinking about something or he's trying to, like, answer something, he always looks towards Tech. I'm not sure if you'll notice it. Whenever he's like trying to think about something or like he answers something, he goes like, yeah, because we did that, right? And he'll look over at Tech.
That was
He'll be
actually pretty good, Gabe.
Like, yeah, like it was like it's just like those little things like that. But like Wrecker is such a sweetheart. I love how he just has like that like dumb big brother vibe with
I love
Omega.
the Big Brother
I
stuff
love
between him and
I
Omega.
love the
I
vibe
do.
that they give. It's so pure and like all of that.
The episode
Now-
where he turns bad and Wrecker and Omega have like that
Yes.
scene afterwards where
Oh.
she sits down and she's like, I brought popcorn for our mission because we completed the mission. That shit was really heartwarming.
Oh, it
like
was
I
so
really
heartwarming.
like him, and I love the Big Brother stuff with him and Omega.
Now,
That's
I'm
good.
going to get to Crosshair, and I'm going to talk a little lengthy about this. I apologize. But Crosshair, if he was the best choice to pick out of all of them to turn bad. I know he's already kind of like the edge lord, You know, whenever he was first introduced.
He's the emo kid.
Yeah, exactly. He's the emo kid. But like, okay, right. So if you're talking about stakes wise, if you're setting up like the evil villain, right? He's the villain of this series, let's say. If it was to be Wrecker, right? It would just be a bloodbath. Like he would just charge in there, shoot up the place, and he'd either get shot down after taking Tech and Echo, or you know what I mean? If it was Tech, it would be like some weird like sci-fi trap that he would probably get him, or just like get shot down immediately. If it was Echo, he would probably like have a straight up fight with them between him and like his like Empire compatriots. If it was Hunter, he would have just snuck into camp while they were all asleep one night and slit all of their throats. Game over.
Yeah.
I think Crosshair was the perfect choice because he's going to set up those moments where he sets up a trap. He sets up to where there's only one way to come out, and like he's going to shoot him, right? Yeah. He's going to set up those hard choices where like he's going to like routes are going to be trapped and all that. He's the hunter of the group. I guess Hunter's the hunter.
But he already. But you're touching on something here. But he also is aware of like how to outsmart them because of like how analytical he is, because of how exact he has to be with like the aiming and stuff. It's kind of how his brain works.
And like, and also like just the fact that I love his monologue at the end where like, there's all these different things that he says at the end where like they said, whatever. He's like, I'm going to give you something you didn't. And I was like, what? And it's like a chant. Yeah. And like earlier on, Tech's like looking around, he sees like the little thing and he like elbows Wrecker, like, hey, get on your toes. Some shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
You know, I love the whole thing. I love how they interact.
What about you, Kirby? What are your thoughts on each of the Bad Batch members?
So I'm gonna start off on the good side here.
Okay.
My favorite one is Wrecker. I mean, the dumb lovable idiot. I mean, he's.
I wasn't expecting that from you. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you would find it really cartoonish. Yeah, I'm surprised it's your favorite.
No, for me, no. I liked him a lot. Like the complete big brother role that he had with Omega was really good, and just the entire way he is. I mean, I loved it. And I want to say that the least I don't want to say least important, but one that just didn't hit for me or didn't really, in my opinion, have like a big important role like everybody else did in the group was Echo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's I don't out.
Yeah, he doesn't have like a shining moment in this entire season.
See, what you're talking about right now, Kirby, is kind of one of my problems with it. So,
really?
Like, yeah, okay. So you remember when they were on? I gotta find out what this place is called. The place
what?
That's on. It's the one in Fallen Order.
Whenever they find Echo. Where they find Echo.
No, we were talking about it earlier. The one in Fallen Order where Rex takes them, right?
Oh, Rex the graveyard.
Yeah, the ship graveyard. I can't. It's
called
that
like the same place?
It's called like Raktar or something, or like Rav something. I think it starts with an R. It's the place where Cal works in Fallen Order. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it was the same place?
Yeah, it's literally the same exact place.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like Cal he's actually there during that time in the show. So he's on a ship somewhere working while they're there.
Is he?
Dude, fucking Echo, like, so his whole thing, right? Is he knows every single regulation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Let me get this point. Yeah, if you don't mind. Sorry. Well, no, you're. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Gabe. No, I just it bothered me because Rex is saying goodbye to the crew.
Yeah.
Right. And he's not saying goodbye to Echo.
No, Echo was the one who had,
He's the Domino Squad.
He did all
You're
this
shiny
shit
and new,
for
just
Echo.
like you, fucking.
Exactly, he did all this shit for Echo. He did all this shit for like, and the rest of the episode was good. I love it's visually stunning, and like the Crosshair stuff happens afterwards, so that's awesome too. But it really kind of bothered me how instead of Rex saying goodbye to Echo and that final conversation being with Echo, it's with Hunter, because I was like, come on, man, you would be talking to Echo here.
Yeah,
we need to see
that-
Echo say goodbye to Rex because they're the ones who are intrinsically connected. Rex risked everything to save his life.
Mhm.
Well,
Like-
he's been like Rex has been there with like at least part of Echo's journey since the beginning.
Yeah, ever since he was on that outpost with
Riki
like
base.
5. Yeah, Riki base with 5s and all them.
Heavy and
Yeah, and all them.
And he was there when he was promoted to Arc.
Yeah, Arc.
He was
Arc
there
Drop
whenever
Trooper or something?
they
Yeah.
thought he died.
he was the one who saved him. It was his whole operation. Like that
No,
was the
like,
whole, and I was
whenever-
like,
so
why are you saying goodbye to him or why are you saying goodbye to Hunter?
to Hunter
and
and not Echo.
Yeah, I don't know. It just bothered me. What you're kind of touching on, where it feels like Echo is like, I feel like if there was a moment for Echo to be intrinsic to the story,
It
or
would have
like
been that
important,
episode.
it would have been right there. Like,
But
you
yeah,
feel like okay, yeah,
So so his whole thing is like knowing the regulations and all of that, and then like he's able to like access computers, right? Those are his two main parts.
yeah,
He's
And
the droid of the team.
Exactly. He's the droid of the team. And so like, but the one time he's really gonna outshine is whenever they're trying to save that one clone commander Gree, I think it was.
mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Are you talking about the one that was in that one episode where he blew up?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Commander.
something-
Oh, I should know this. It's not Commander. I don't even think it's Commander. It's
or no, he's a commando. Commando. It's something with a G.
I don't
think.
remember.
Gregor.
Gregor. There we go.
Wasn't he in like? Haven't we seen him before?
Yeah, he was in Clone Wars. I don't know if you remember the yellow and white armor. That was his, and he blew up. Like at the end of the episode, it's assumed that he's dead, but then he comes back in Rebels. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he comes back in Rebels.
Okay.
He's part of like Rex and Wolf's crew, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's the third guy. Anyway, but
Okay.
like, so he's about to like access. He's about to put in like some codes or whatever the fuck, and he sets off the fucking alarms
Yeah.
because he puts in the wrong code. Like
Yeah.
the one time where he's like gonna be like, oh, really useful. Like he's gonna like put in the skeleton key, and like he just alerts everybody to their position.
Do you think it's on purpose, Kirby, that they're doing that, or do you just feel like no, he's your least favorite because you feel like it's an unintentional?
No,
thing
he's not my least favorite. He's not my least favorite. He like Gabe said, he's just the odd man out. He's the one that didn't get a moment. He's the one that you didn't get to feel for or have a moment to relate with or see his potential in the show. And that, he's the oddity, in my opinion. He doesn't fit in, right?
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense because he's the only one that isn't like family.
Yeah,
If I'm
it's
gonna
weird.
quote,
It's
like,
weird the way they
Dom,
refer. They refer to everyone else as like, oh, they're a part of the batch, and it's like
Yeah.
you four, and then you like look at the screen, you're like, there's 5 of them, and then you're like, oh, this
Yeah.
Echo's not a part of this.
Right. Like
Mhm.
Omega, like saying like I was there, I was with y'all I was with you since the beginning.
Yeah.
Like you were here, and then like Echo's kind of like standing in the corner twiddling his thumb, singular.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Continue with your point was though, Kirby.
I mean that was my point. It's just I just he never had a moment, and
Yeah.
it bothered me, and that's why he's not like on the scale for me, right? He's not on if I like him or not. He's just there.
He's waiting basically on the wait list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I mean, like, so Hunter's my favorite. Echo's not even there. Or sorry, Wrecker's my favorite. Sorry.
Mhm.
And then I want to say Hunter or Tech are tied for the same place.
Second, like third, second-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, second, third. I mean, Tech. I mean, he was there for the brains, and Hunter was the leader. So I mean, he had some good moments. But yeah, y'all are gonna hate this. I did not like Crosshairs, or I
Dude, I get that. I did
didn't
not
like
like
him.
him until the second half of the season.
no, I
Here's the
didn't.
thing.
I don't like his character.
Ah,
Okay, like
Here's the thing: is I really liked Crosshair. He was my favorite Bad Batch member, and so when they decided to make him the villain, I was like, oh man, because I was like, I thought he would die at the end of it. And I was really bummed because I was like, oh man, like I don't want them to kill Crosshair. He's my favorite. And then as the season goes on, I feel like maybe part of the reason you don't like Crosshair is because we spend so much less time with him because he's the villain, quote unquote, like he's the bad guy. We don't spend any time with him. Like all the other Bad Batch members, we get screen time. We get, I mean, besides maybe Echo, like you said, but like Crosshair, he's in like half of the episodes they're in. You know what I'm saying? Do you think maybe that's an attributing factor or no?
Maybe it's just. I mean, I didn't like him back in season 7 of Clone Wars. Like back then, he was the oddity to me. Like I liked Wrecker and Tech and Hunter back then, but Crosshair just stood out, and I was like, I don't like him, and it's just stuck, and it's just stayed that. Yeah, I just stayed that way ever since, and just
I didn't like
just
Wrecker.
never changed.
Yeah, I didn't like Wrecker. I thought he was too cartoony. That's interesting that you didn't like Crosshair.
I loved him. Oh my god.
Yeah, but yeah, Wrecker's my favorite, and Crosshair is just a complete miss. I can't. I don't.
So you don't even like him as the villain, huh?
I mean, he had a good couple of moments here and there, but not really.
Wow, that's crazy. You didn't even. Wow. So nothing at all for him, man.
Not a. I mean, the only good thing that he had to me was like the final episode with that monologue y'all talked about earlier.
What are you guys' thoughts on
Are you
Omega?
sure?
Because you omitted her from the Bad Batch, so both of y'all didn't talk about it. How do you guys feel about Omega?
Okay, I omitted her because I think that she had her own like segment that we needed to talk about. I really liked her. I like at first whenever like we first met her, like I thought she was overly optimistic or whatever the fuck. Like I don't know, she's just kind of an airhead in my opinion. But like she kind of grew. She saw the rest of the world. And like she got fucked over by people and still decided, you know what? I'm gonna help out Crosshair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save all these people. I'm going to save a fucking droid that doesn't have a soul.
Okay.
Because
wait.
I think it does.
That actually pissed me off.
That did.
That was stupid. Okay. So I was on your side. I was on your side all the way. I like Omega, and I think she had a hell of a better start than Ahsoka ever did.
Yes.
I like
my lightsaber backwards.
hey, Sky Guy.
Sky Guy.
Did you never like the Sky Guy stuff?
No, my God,
No.
It made me want to put a gun in my mouth. But when
It's
Ahsoka,
like when people call him the Ander Father. Anyway,
when Ahsoka jumped in the water to save that droid, I audibly
Ahsoka
said,
jumped in that water.
Ahsoka?
Oh,
Ahsoka?
sorry. When Omega, they're similar. When Omega jumped in the water to save that
fucking
droid,
dickhead.
I literally said out loud, "Are you fucking dumb? Like, are you stupid?"
I literally
she did not make a right choice then.
I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's so lucky that Crosshair saved her ass.
Oh yeah,
because, like that was one of the dumbest decisions.
How did she think she was gonna swim up with like a 100-pound droid or whatever?
To be fair, in the Star Wars universe, which is really fucked up if you think about it. To be fair.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good, bro.
If anyone catches that reference, you had to say it. Damn it.
Anyway, the fucked up thing about the Star Wars universe is that all droids are sentient.
Yeah,
they don't have free will, but they are sentient.
Yeah, they've got like a halfway AI.
Yeah, like they have full consciousness, but they do not have free will.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that? Anyway, let's continue. So yeah, like AZ has his own free will. So like he's his own person.
I don't care.
I'm sorry.
Damn!
It was the dumbest decision ever, bro. That is a robot.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like one of y'all go into the fucking water. I'm not jumping in there without a buoy.
Or like she had no way of living through that.
No.
She thought, okay, I'm gonna go save him, and I was like, how? Like, what is the plan?
You could swim. Okay, Wrecker, go ahead and swim up with that droid.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Kirby, what do you think about Omega?
Y'all are gonna hate me.
No, you're entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong.
Yes, but the entirety of Omega is a paradox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they say that she's a clone of Jango Fett, right?
Yeah, I see where we're going with.
you can't be a clone of something if
They
you're
said
a
she was
different.
unaltered too.
Yeah. They said she was unaltered, like Bulba. You can't be unaltered if you're, you got the different birds and bees from the said origin host. Or
I think what they were meaning by that is unaltered in the sense like, yeah, they changed up the Y gene, but I think that she doesn't age the same way. And you know how like clones are programmed to like be a certain thing? Like you are programmed to be a shooter, you are programmed to be this, right?
yeah.
Like the wiring in their brain is fixed that way. I think that's what they mean. Is that yeah, we changed her gene, but that's
Or
the
it's
only
like
thing.
super into sci-fi and people can move rocks with their mind. So I don't think we need to really worry about whether or not you can clone somebody with an XX or XY chromosome.
But
Or
still,
they're aliens and they're androgynous.
They need to clarify on that. Like
Yeah.
they said, oh yeah, no, she's an unaltered clone.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this.
But
no, I think what they mean by that is that she doesn't age twice as fast because
yeah,
the rest of them will be dead.
She's
by
big
Return of the
sister,
Jedi.
bro.
The rest of them will be dead by Return of the Jedi, but she'll just be slightly younger than Boba.
yeah. But,
Well, was supposedly Rex is in the last movie, bro.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that little clip.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. That might just be
It's canon. They said, oh yeah, no, that's Rex.
Okay, sure, whatever. Fuck
yeah,
it.
that's literally what he said. He said, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, like, don't y'all think that's kind of cool that Omega is actually the big sister?
Yeah, I did think that was nice when they were like,
Like,
she's actually older than all of us.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Tech, I love that. Like somebody was like, well, what do you mean? Like you're just a kid. Actually, Crosshair, she's older than all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you didn't like that. Is that your only grievance, Kirby, or did you
that
did you find her annoying?
So they kept saying the entire time she has like a special purpose for the Kaminoans.
Yeah, and they never
expressed on it. They never said what her special purpose was.
I think that's gonna be season 2.
I thought that was it.
That she was just unaltered?
The fact that she's so close to Django, they can use her DNA to
go find Django. Don't
dude. Again,
he's
like
dead,
I know,
bro.
Okay, another one of those tiny
Boba.
moments. Boba. Yeah,
Boba.
go find
Boba.
Go find Django, motherfucker's just head is floating around.
And sitting on
Boba.
Dooku's palaces like fucking yeah.
But
anyway,
and they kept saying, yeah, she's got a special purpose for the Kaminoans. In the entire episode with Cad Bane coming to get her, why the fuck did they want her back so bad? And it was never explained.
Yep. Dude, actually, can we talk about that episode? Cad Bane was a fucking bitch.
You think
He
so?
was.
I think
so. I think he was badass, but like Finnick, like I don't know. She's an up and comer. Like I know she has like clout with Mandalorian, but that takes place after this.
Yeah. I think that was actually a good move. I kind of like them showing because we haven't really seen. I mean, we saw Finnick kiss a little ass, but I think it's a little. It's not the worst thing that you could do because they were they were semi equally matched.
Yeah,
like he lost the fight, but I mean he did get a lot of hits in.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. I was like, this might be good for us to see like what Finnick is actually capable of because I doubt she'll get that in Mandalorian 3.
That was such a good scene, by the way, where Omega and Hunter are just walking up and they see all these dead clones and stormtroopers.
Perfect way to bring him back.
And they're like, Hunter, what the fuck's going on? Hey kid, get behind me.
I also love that he's still alive. They didn't kill him.
Yeah.
What, Cad Bane?
Yeah. Do you guys have any more like things you didn't like?
Oh, I mean, like the thing with Omega. I mean, I did like her. Like it took me. She grew on me, right? Like the first couple episodes, I was like, I don't really like this Omega girl. But then by the end of it, I was like, all right, you're pretty cool. You're one of the Bad Batch. But
yeah. Do you guys have anything that you didn't like more that you didn't like?
No, I liked it all. I liked how they brought back Saul Guerrero for that one episode. I liked Sid. I actually kind of liked Sid.
Yeah,
I know y'all had like gripes about her or about having her around, but I liked her. I thought she was a good character to bring into the group. The good fence, you know.
Crazy for me.
What
I thought I was gonna what Kirby?
Sorry, when did they bring back Saul Guerrero?
They did in this
second, third episode.
Second or third, I think the third episode.
It was like their one mission for the Empire.
Yeah, he went there, and then they found Saul. Remember, and then Crosshair killed
Oh,
all those
okay,
people.
okay.
Yeah. Crosshair came back.
Got it. Yep.
Okay. I think what I thought was that was going to be a dislike for me is the Martez sisters, and I thought I was like, oh no, we're doing this again. Like, I didn't like their arc at all in the Clone Wars.
Mhm.
Am I gonna dislike it this time? But actually, the more grounded tone really helped them for me.
Yeah,
I kind of actually came around on them. Yeah,
Mhm.
I actually was like, I
it
could
was
see
not
them
enough to
being
fix it.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah,
not
I
enough
was-
to fix it, but it was like,
oh,
it
wasn't
made
enough
him
to
interesting.
fix it for you?
Mm-mm. But like, I
See-
thought it was like, okay, you know what? I'll give y'all a chance if I'll show up again.
It was definitely
won't be
better.
pissed
yeah.
off.
I
Yes.
was like, I would be okay if it's this tone and they go with it next time, because that goofy cartoon thing just did not work for them at all. But I do like
for me.
them. I do like the little arc that happens behind the scenes where Trace and Rafa are now fighting for the good guys, because they were reluctant to fight at all, or like they were fighting for the bad guys before the Republic fell. And so I kind of like that little arc where Trace and Rafa learn from Ahsoka and then decide, no, we need to do what's right from now on. I like that. That happened behind the scenes, and I think that works well with the new grounded tone. What would you say was your favorite part, Kirby?
Oh, my favorite part. It was the final episode where they get into the base, or they just get out. No. It's when they just get out of that training arena, when they shoot all the droids, and Crosshair, quote unquote, joins them.
Yeah.
And they go. They start running out, and then the Empire starts firing down on the building. Or it's right before they start firing down on the building, and then they're running through just the empty Kaminoan clone facility, and it's just silent. And you see the different shots of like
dark.
It's supposed to be, and it's dark. It's supposed to be like a packed cafeteria. You see like the baby like tubes or whatever. And like the computers where they're all supposed to sit at and train or whatever. It's just dark. There's no one there. It's quiet, and all
Contrast,
you hear,
Dude.
and all you hear is the footsteps of them running, and like the silent score that's playing, and it's so good. It hits so well.
Yeah.
And it is hands down the best moment. And then it
like,
starts raining down hellfire, and they have to escape. It's so good.
What about you, Gabe? What would you say is your favorite part?
I gotta be honest, it's the same as Kirby's.
Fuck yeah!
I know it's so fucked.
Yeah!
I know it's so fucked, but it's like I saw that part. It's like it's that whole episode. I'll say one more thing to kind of like, but like it's the death of the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, that's the
That
final.
moment.
That's the dagger in the heart.
That is the nail in the
It's the
coffin.
end.
That's the death of the Clone Wars.
Death of the
That
clones
moment.
too. I mean, they're done.
Death of the
They're-
clones. Yeah. There are no more clones. I'm curious to see on what they'll do, if they're gonna do the Kaminoan rebellion or not. That'll be interesting.
Well, the thing with it is like, okay, so in the comics, in the Vader comics that are hopefully still canon.
Yeah, doesn't like Boba Fett come
here's
back
what-
and
Here's what I don't know anything about. I've only read the first 4 volumes, but
501st, baby.
But listen, here's the thing with it is by the first year of the Empire, all the clones were gone. So this entire season,
Really?
by all the clones, the Empire no longer.
they
uses
get rid of
clones.
them quick. Then.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. So I was thinking
there were a
while we were watching
handful that like
while we were watching this season, I was like, they gotta fucking go. Like I was like, the Empire's gonna knock these fools out real fast. Because
I mean, you see a good chunk of them go in the one episode with Chopper and Hera or Hara, whatever her name was. I mean, you see that and you think, okay, that's probably happened all across the galaxy.
Dude, you know what the saddest thing was though about that moment? Do you know who the people who did the bombardments, or at least issued the orders for the bombardments?
Yeah.
Fucking clones.
I know, yeah. And oh my god, when the clone in the finale is talking to the dude and he's like, "My lord, it's done." And you can like tell he's like actually upset about it.
He's like, "My lord." He's like, he's just a drone. It's empty. It's a husk. he killed whatever part of him
Yeah.
was part of Camino.
Well, no,
he
I
killed
thought
that
I
part
thought
of
he was
him.
like choking up a little bit because he was like, my
Mhm.
home has been destroyed. Like, did you get that,
Yeah.
or was that just me?
Yes. No, same. Like I'm saying, he was having to kill that part of himself.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Drowned out. Yeah.
But my second favorite, like, is all of those little tiny moments where you're like, these guys are family. Like whether it's like Omega and Wrecker like sharing popcorn, Wrecker looking towards Tech for like advice. Tech going like, well, here are our options, but you're the leader, Hunter. Shoot,
So like half of the season is your favorite.
But like just those little moments, I don't know how to describe it other than that. Anyway, Dylan, what's yours?
My favorite part. See, okay, I have two, like you, Gabe. Number one is, yes, of course, what you guys described, the destruction of
It's
Camino.
so fucking good.
Such a good moment.
Camino
Tears,
is my
bro.
favorite planet in all of Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, I love the
favorite?
ocean vibe. I love
Mhm.
the rain. I just love
Oh,
the
man.
planet.
Okay, well, some of the best episodes in Clone Wars were shot on Camino.
And all of the best
yeah.
parts, all of the best parts of episode 2 are on Camino.
What
Mhm.
like one of my favorite episodes of like the Clone Wars was the
Sorry, Dylan.
yeah, sorry. It was the training. It was like early episode 1 or season
Domino
1 or 2.
Squad.
Yeah, was it the Domino Squad?
Domino Squad.
Yeah, it was. And then you see like the old clone that's the janitor or whatever.
99.
99.
Clone Force
Ah!
99, baby. Bad.
It's every arc of the Clone Wars that I love. It somewhat takes place there. It's my favorite.
So
My
good.
favorite part of episode 2 is when Obi-Wan is like in the rain fighting Jango Fett, and you just see like him soaked with the lightsaber. Like, I just love Camino and like watching it. Go ahead.
Sorry, the soundtrack when you're on Camino, it's amazing too.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The
Like
soundtrack for this show was when in this show, the soundtrack is phenomenal too.
so good.
And I like how they don't gloss over in this series that like the Kaminoans aren't necessarily good guys.
No, they're
they're
pretty
not
bad
necessarily
guys.
good.
They're
people.
just doing it their job. They're just
yeah.
you can buy them
They
easily.
experiment on sentient life.
But yeah, the destruction of Camino is heartbreaking. It's complete contrast. Everything being turned off and in the dark is complete contrast to everything we've seen
BioShock,
before. It's beautiful. It's got some of the best visual shots I think in all of Star Wars. Honestly, like it's really really pretty, and it's my favorite world. It's send off. It's goodbye, and I'm just like I was like crushed. But
this might be the last time you see Camino in a Star Wars,
unless it's a prequel, yeah.
In a Star Wars footage.
I know, unless it's a prequel.
Dude, why'd you do that to me?
It's just like I love Camino so much. I just love love it.
What
So
did I just make you realize that, Gabe?
Bro, I'm getting depressed right now. I'm having feelings I don't want to feel right now. Like, ugh, that hurts. I didn't even think about that.
No,
dude.
I'm upset about it, but I loved it. I thought it was a good send off. I mean, they're destroyed by what they created, right? It's like I don't know. It was great, and I love that whole everything about it because I feel like Dave Filoni was like, yeah, we know this is gonna be fucking pretty, and they just throw a bunch of wide shots at you to be like, look at the destruction of Camino,
and then like
we know you're gonna shed a tear.
Like there's more wide shots in the finale than I think there is in the rest of the entire season.
Oh, for sure.
They're like, look at this fucking huge place you love explode over and over again.
And die.
And like that is the perfect set for like the finale. Is like the perfect clones, like the best clone commando group. And
it's Clone Force 99.
It's Clone Force 99.
Cry, dude. I'm gonna cry.
Clone Force 99.
But anyways, my second favorite part, and I'm surprised neither of you mentioned this, the crosshair twist is fucking awesome.
Yes.
When he's looking at Hunter and he tells them, I've already taken out my chip. Oh my god, dude. That shit.
Dude, okay, I have a theory. I think it was burned out.
I think so too.
I think it was too.
I think they burned it out of him.
Or his damages sustained no longer could allow the chip to function properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he had to get it removed. Otherwise, it would have been detrimental. But
And the fact that he still chooses the Empire, dude.
I know. I was obsessed with it. I was like, oh my God, that's an excellent twist.
Yes.
That's my second favorite part. What would
And
you
it's like
guys
that. It's
say?
that anal.
Oh, go ahead.
It's like you said. I don't think Crosshair like is as empathetic. There's okay. I know it sounds dumb. It comes from an anime, but like there's a sniper, and they say like the sniper has the hardest job on the battlefield because they're one of the few soldiers who gets to consistently see their kill.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and so like he's the one out of the group that he consistently sees the targets fall. Like he will always see whatever he shoots at die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a
You
good
know.
point. Mm-hmm. What did you guys think of what do you guys think is up next for season 2? Because the trades did report that we are in fact getting one next year. Will you guys be watching?
Yeah,
I will be.
But I mean, I'm not looking forward to anything. I mean, they didn't really leave it on much of a hanger, right?
Mm-hmm. Omega. What's so important about Omega?
Yeah, but
the one Kaminoan.
Like wants to go work for the Empire.
Yeah.
Lee, what's her name?
Lee something.
I mean, yeah, she did go to the Empire, but I mean, that's not big news to me. I mean, there's nothing like detrimental that was left on.
You know what? And I'm okay with that, dude.
I am too, but I'm. They could have done a little something, right?
Oh.
Like they could have done something or like introduced
you a little bit for season 2, kind of like with Mandalorian, where they're now he has to fight for the crown.
Yeah, give you a little taste, give you a little flavor of season 2.
Yeah, like Loki didn't do. Yeah, I get you.
Damn. Throwing some shade on Loki.
That finale is aging really poor for me. Let's get back on to Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But here's what I think the show should turn into. We kind of got a little bit of it this season. But I think this show should now direct its attention to the rest of the clones that are still around.
Yes.
I appreciate, checking in on Rebels characters. I get it. Like, yeah, we know them. It's cool to like find out where they're at in the galaxy. What I want this show to be about is the clones finding other clones and saving them.
So you just want a show about the clones trying to survive the uprising of the Empire.
That's what this show is kind of marketed as, So like when season 2 comes around, I'm hoping it's about, okay, let's go back and find Gregor. Let's join up with Rex and start trying to find clones who have a similar experience as to us. These are our brothers that still have the chips in their head. Like Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf is still a fucking asshole. He was the last time we saw him is episode 3, where and then the next time we see him is in Rebels and he's got his chip removed. I want to see that story. I want to see the Bad Batch go and save Wolf.
I don't remember Wolf.
Wolf is he's the red. He is the ARC trooper with the red.
Was he?
Red and white. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to see that story. I want them to go and like find Cody. Can you imagine the Rex and Commander Cody face off?
Okay. Cody, he becomes like an alcoholic and like one of the best like trainers for stormtroopers.
Is that in canon?
It's canon. It's comics. It's like it's in part of the Vader comics, I think.
Well, I don't think.
But he becomes like he becomes a commander for like stormtrooper battalions and all of that, and like helps train them.
Well, based on his track record, I don't think Dave really cares about that. So if he were to change that and have a Rex and Commander Cody show up or face off, that would be kind of cool. Like I think this show should be about the clones and how they're surviving, not necessarily about, I don't know, And I think I need a little more Force users. It's hard for Star Wars to for me at least, it's hard for Star Wars
to stay fine with it.
You think so?
Star Wars. I mean,
it does not need Force users whatsoever.
It doesn't. I mean, for the movies, it's Star Wars. You're expecting some lightsaber battles, but for something like this, you don't.
Okay, so the whole thing with Star Wars is a light and dark motif, right? and is choosing whether or not to embrace the light side or the dark side of life, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Crosshair's embracing the dark side. He's choosing the power compared to everybody else. He's choosing to join with the Empire because they're the ones who are going to win, right?
Mhm.
They will bring order to the galaxy through power. And that's the reason why he's joining them. They're the winning side.
I get that.
You know? I
It-
think it still has that light and dark motif like the rest of Star Wars.
I agree, but the things about balance and the force is just something without the force, it feels a little less mystical to me. And I like Star Wars when it's mystical and insightful, and it's like makes you think about like good and evil and stuff like that. Like where, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the force usually comes with that. Like you think about, do you guys get what I'm saying? So like on episodes where it feels like it's filler, I kind of miss that aspect of, oh, like holy shit, Baby Yoda just choked Gina Carano or something. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like I like stuff like that. It makes you question. You're like, okay, what is good and what is not good?
What happens whenever season 2, episode 1, Wrecker steals Omega's popcorn, and then all of a sudden it just starts.
Get the fuck
She has
out
it
of
back
here.
in her hands. She didn't leave her chair or anything like that.
Say
The thing with this
is
in her hands, bro.
The thing with this
All
is
I'm saying.
But I
saying.
want force users, but I don't know if I don't think I want Ahsoka, if I'm honest. Like I feel like we're oversaturated with Ahsoka.
Yeah, I agree.
Like she's
I
had
love
2
her. I
animated
love her to
shows,
death.
and then she's getting her own show, and she even showed up in Mandalorian. I'm like, make it something new. Make it maybe, if you're gonna disrupt canon just to show Kanan, fucking make it young Kanan. You know? I don't know. Maybe that's probably just me though, because both of y'all said you don't think the show needs it, huh?
No,
I think it's fine without it.
I will agree. The last 4
I like
episodes,
my laser guns, bro.
Yeah, I will agree. The last 4 episodes I thought were fine without it, but the other like filler episodes, I was like, I could really use some mystical here. Yeah.
All right.
Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add about the Bad Batch?
No, man. I think we just about said it. In
All liked it,
hour
but
45.
has some flaws.
I liked it overall. I think that it definitely had some fat that could have been cut out.
Yeah,
a lot of fat.
I agree. I'm excited for season 2. I'm willing to see.
Same.
I want to see where the story goes. And I hopefully Echo is. I like Echo a lot, so I hope he's a little more prominent.
I like him too. I think he's one of my favorite, like, if I were just to look at him like stats wise.
He's what I have left of 5s, and I liked 5s a lot.
5s was my favorite.
5s, dude.
5s is so good.
5s.
Fuck that story when he died, man. I was so upset.
How did he die again? Just to refresh
He discovered Order 6. He discovered the chips. He's
That's
the one who,
right.
He's the one who
went
Runner
like crazy,
himself, bro.
Yeah, no, he's the one who saved Rex. He's the one who saved the Bad Batch.
Mhm.
Every time a clone gets his chip removed, it's because of 5s.
Yep.
So just to give like a little
trooper.
just to give like some satisfaction for his death. I mean, we wouldn't have the Bad Batch or anyone without their inhibitor chips without
That's what
his
Dylan
death.
literally just fucking said,
Yeah,
dude.
that's what I just
Like
said.
almost word for word. You just like Wikipedia or like you just
Okay, that's
changed
literally
around some
exactly
words.
what I
That's
said.
exactly what
Dylan,
he said,
do you want to close this out? You want to get you want to
Yeah, okay, all right, Kirby. Where can people reach out and find you on social media?
I don't know if they want to follow me now after this, but yeah, just Curbs McGurbs, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You'll find me.
Oh, all righty, ladies and gentlemen. And that will conclude our show. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe. It really, really helps us out. We all enjoy doing this. And like and subscribe means that you enjoyed watching it, hopefully. You can add me on Instagram at Dylan Reviews. Once again, we're all appreciative of you listening, and we hope to have you back. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.